Hi, my name is James Brown.
And my name's Alayna Griffin, and our project's on detecting heavy metals in organic and inorganic deodorants.
This is our abstract. It basically summarized our entire project. Introduction. Today, the use of deodorant and its benefits are much more widespread. Most Americans apply it to their underarms on a daily basis to control odor caused by sweat and bacteria. Aluminum is the most commonly used heavy metal that can be found in a lot of things you come in contact with. Aluminum, according to the Department of Neurology and Psychiatry, may cause liver toxicity and lead to degenerative, degenerative symptoms such as Alzheimer's. Lead is a highly toxic metal whose widespread use has caused extensive environmental contamination and health problems in many parts of the world. In the US, more than 100 to 200 tons of lead per year is released from vehicles exhaustion. Some is taken up by plants, fixations to soil, and flow into bodies of water. Hence, human exposure of lead in the general population is due to food or drinking water. Why is pH important for your skin? pH stands for potential to free hydrogen ions and is used to determine how acidic or alkaline a solution is. The pH scales from 0 to 14, with 7 regarded as neutral, and a high pH is above 7. Indicates alkalinity, while the low pH below 7 indicates acidity. Question: do organic or and inorganic deodorants contain heavy metals? Hypothesis: it is hypothesized that inorganic deodorants will contain higher contaminants of heavy metals compared to organic deodorants because deodorants contain aluminum fluoride, and lead. Here's our material list. You will see how these materials were used during our protocol.
20 grams of each deodorant were melted into a liquid for all of the tests because they were not able to be tested as a solid. The first test was aluminum. 2,000 microliters of serum A was put into the aluminum TNT. Then 3,000 microliters of the first deodorant was added into the TNT vial. Lastly, one spoonful of powder B was added into the TNT vial, capsized and set out for 25 minutes, then read. That was done for all of the deodorants. The next test was fluoride. 3,000 microliters of each deodorant were added into separate vials filled with fluoride fluid, shaken up and set out for 1 minute before reading. That was done for each deodorant sample. Lead was up next. 10 milliliters of each deodorant sample were added into 20 milliliter test tubes. One spoonful of powder A was put into each test tube, shaken up and set out for 2 minutes. Then, when the 2 minutes were up, 1,500 milliliters of serum B was added into the test tubes. 4,000 microliters of the solution made in the test tubes were then transferred into lead TNT vials. 300 microliters of serum C was added into each vial, shaken up and set out for 1 minute, then read. That was done with each deodorant as well. Each deodorant was melted down into a liquid and tested for pH using a pH meter. Here's some of our photos of us working.
Here's our data analysis. Here are our graphs.
In conclusion, organic deodorants contain little to no heavy metals, and inorganic deodorants contain more. In terms of pH, organic deodorants have a much better pH than inorganic deodorants. Our hypothesis was correct in the end that our inorganic deodorants contain higher contaminants of heavy metals compared to organic deodorants. An experimental error that was made was letting the deodorant cooled down too much in the vials, which turned solid. That caused us to not be able to test it correctly, and we had to start over. Future studies we would like to do is test organic and inorganic spray deodorant to see if they would have the same results as solid deodorants.
Application. The research we've done applies to the industry and society because deodorant is a product that people use daily. It's important to know what you're putting on your body. This research brings attention to heavy metals you may be putting on you. It's important that you know that even though the label on the product says it's organic, it may not be. The company may not have added aluminum to their products, which is why the FDA allows them to say aluminum free on them, but they use ingredients that may contain aluminum in them. Here are our references.